Child's pose, please, with the knees wide, toes kissing together, forehead touching the mat. Let the third eye just release to the earth and start to ground. Closing the eyes. Maybe some audible exhales out the mouth, or anything to kind of let the body release, that sigh to let it know it's safe. And you can stay here the whole practice. This is like the home base of yoga, your child's pose position. If you'd like to keep the arms long and fingers spread, you can. You could also bend the elbows and press the palms over the head like a little shark fin to elevate the triceps, a little more shoulder stretch. You can stay in stillness or gently roll the forehead side to side, feeling the contact with the earth, or sway the hips gently side to side. Take the knees as wide as you wish to really let the belly release. Tuning into your breath. As always, I'll offer an intention, and today is from BKS Iyengar, the yogi himself. He says, change is not something that we should fear. Rather, it is something we should welcome. For without change, nothing in this world would ever grow or bloom, and no one in this world would ever move forward to become the person they're meant to be. Just taking a couple breaths to reflect on that. And when you audibly exhale, stimulate the vagus nerve of the parasympathetic nervous system. So anytime you'd like to just take a big exhale, let something go. And then staying in your child's pose, if you want to add some music, you can press play on my playlist or your own. Just gonna walk your hands to the left. So tent your fingers like a little spider and crawl them to the left, even all the way off your mat. Reach through the right hip crease, breathe all the way through the right rib cage and reach through the right pinky finger. One more big breath there, side body stretch. Reach the hips back, reach the fingers forward. Then on your next inhale, crawl the fingers through center over to the right. Maybe stacking left hand on top of right, reaching as far as you can, hips back, fingers forward. Feel the line of energy on the left side body now. Big breath in and out. Keeping the head and neck relaxed. Slowly walk your hands back to center. Press into the fingers, index fingers pointing forward. Spread the fingers wide. Draw your shoulders, elbows, and wrists in line and stack your knees under your hips for tabletop. We're just going to take a little push-up. So bend your elbows and lower halfway, and then press back up and back into child's pose. You can stay in child's pose longer, or you can come with me for a few more of those little chaturanga push-ups. So draw up to tabletop. Feet can stay on the ground or shins can lift. Bend the elbows, keep them close to the rib cage, your yogi push-up, and press back up, hips back, child's pose. Keep going like that. You could add an additional push-up, or 2 or 3, or you could stay in your child's pose for longer, just warming up for a chaturanga option later. Keep moving with the breath. Exhale as you lower your push-up. Inhale, press away, child's pose. Going at your own pace, always just offering suggestions, but move your body as you wish. Skip any poses, modify. Take one more round of that, with as many push-ups as you'd like, or staying in child's pose. And then we'll all meet in a tabletop. So draw yourself up, pull the belly button to the spine, reach crown of head forward, tuck the toes, and just hover the knees and shins off your mat. Keep looking down, reaching crown of head forward. Feel the core starting to work, building heat internally. If you need to lower the knees, you can drop them down and come back up. Make a mindful choice. If you can stay with it, smooth out the breath like you started in child's pose. A slow inhale. Maybe an even longer exhale. Try that for 4 more cycles of breath. You can always lower the knees. Spread through the fingers. Claw them out with the finger pads. Lift out of the shoulders. Slow, smooth inhale. And exhale. You can hear it in my voice. We're all working together. You got this. One more breath. On your exhale, hips high, heels back, down dog, walk it out. Feel the release, pedal the knees, shake the head, yes and no. Maybe that sigh or a flutter of the lips here. And then we're gonna move into a twisted down dog. So maybe take your feet a little wider, walk the hands a little closer to each other. Left palm stays down, right arm reaches back for left thigh, shin, calf. Looking under the left armpit, reach the heels back. Second side, replace the right hand down and lift the left arm. Slide it back to the right leg, grabbing where you can and using the left hand against the right leg to pull your chest under the right armpit. Left hand down. Downward facing dog. Walk your hands about shoulder width distance, feet about hip width distance. Take a breath here. You could always have a little or a deep bend to the knees in your down dog. Reach your hips higher. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale, plank pose. Shoulders over wrists again. Press through the finger pads. Lift out of the shoulders again. Lift the thighs. And then slowly lower your knees to that hovering table. So knees and shins stay off the mat. We did this already. Just for 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees and shins down. Tap out the feet. Shake out the wrists a little bit. Maybe roll some circles in your wrists. We bear a lot of weight in yoga. You can always come to your fists to support your wrists. All right, pause in your tabletop. And then extend the right leg behind you, right toes to the mat. Reach the heel back and then shift the weight forward just a couple of times, feeling the calf stretch. When you're ready, lift the right leg high, bend the knee, and start to take some big circles. The left hip wants to splay out, so draw it back to the midline. Switch the direction of the circles. And then pause with your right knee in line with your shoulder, right foot reaching for the sky, flat foot, and then imagine you're kicking the sky. Just a little tiny kick of the heel, a little higher, getting the glutes engaged for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now draw your right knee towards the left and then extend the right leg out wide, but keep the knee bent, like a little frog leg, going out to the side. 2 more, lift and lower. Next time you're lifted, kick the right foot away from you and lower it to the mat. So either the inner foot can press or the whole sole of that foot can press, depending on your anatomy. Start to shift the weight forward and back, just like a child's pose in the hips. But we're flossing the right leg, right hip now. When you're ready to add on, you can bend the right knee and take the hips around in a big circle, keeping the palms planted, leading with the crown of the head, doing the movement coming from the hips, the torso. Maybe close the eyes. You can switch the direction. If you find a spot that's a little sticky, stay there and work through it. Keep the breath strong. One more breath. Start to make your way back towards center and extend the right leg away from you. Heel in line with hip. Reach the left arm forward alongside the ear. Draw the belly button in. Pulse the left arm and right leg a little higher. Just a gentle lift. And then elbow to knee under the body. Left elbow towards right knee and extend. 3 more. Crunch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to pull in. Inhale to lengthen. Bring the left palm down and angle the left shin a little more to the left. So you can roll your right hip open, but plant the right foot on the mat. We're coming into a side angle, a side plank variation. Right arm over the ear. Left hand is down, left shin is down. Reach through the outer edge of the right foot. Big stretch to the side body here. Reach through the fingers. And then as you're ready, start to sweep your right arm all the way up, shoulders and hips in line. Right hand down the right leg, left arm over the left ear for gate opener. So now you can stay either in this pose or in that other variation of side plank, or you can flow a little bit swifter, like you're swimming through air without planting the palms down. Maybe just bringing the palms under your belly, moving through space, working the obliques, keeping a long torso, strong spine. Couple more breaths of this dynamic movement, or you just stay and hold one pose. Next time your left hand is down, plant the left hand, right hand, tuck the right toes, left leg high, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open up, shake out that left leg, maybe some hips and knee circles or ankle rolls. Left foot comes down, down dog. Shift forward, plank. Your first flow. So everybody, let's lower knees, elbows close to rib cage, chest and chin come to the mat. Lengthen the legs, toenails down. You can take your arms wide. Inhale. First big back bend, cobra. Exhale, forehead down. Let's take two more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Once more. You can stay and hold or let your right shoulder release, look over the left. I like to tent my fingers to have more space and switch side. Inhale, back to center and release. Press the palms by the chest, tuck the toes. Take your time to make your way to downward facing dog. Big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, plank. Exhale, bend the knees and hover. Preparing for our second side. You know where we're headed. Let's move patiently. Exhale, knees come down. Tap out the feet, shake out the wrists a little bit. Flip the palms, stretch the forearms. When you're ready, setting up your tabletop, left leg stretches back, toes stay on the earth, reach the heel back and just shift a little gently forward and back. You're feeling the weight move from the fingertips to the palm, heel of the hand. Center yourself and lift the left heel off the mat. Bend the knee, big circles of the left knee. Stay square to the front of the mat. If you haven't already, switched directions. Going at your own pace. And then line up your shin with your shoulder. Keep bending the left knee, heel towards the sky, and punch a little hole in the ceiling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Both knees next to each other, and then the left shin comes out wide to the left and close it back. Open and close a couple of times. Next time your left knee is lifted, kick the foot away from you, lower that foot down. So you can roll the whole sole of the foot down or just the inner edge. Gently shift the weight forward and back. Feeling all the fascia and connective tissue, adjusting. And then when you're ready, the left knee bends and you take it around in your own shape. Maybe a semicircle, maybe a full circle, maybe some figure eights. Close the eyes if that helps you connect more. The right toes can be tucked or untucked. Last bit of movement here. And extend the left leg behind you. Extend the right arm forward. Final balance. Imagine each vertebra spreading out even further. Right arm forward, left foot back. And then pulse a little higher with the right thumb and the left heel. Right arm under the body, left knee comes towards. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. 2 more. Bring the right hand down. Right shin can move to the right. Open up the left hip. Stack the hips. Stack the shoulders. Lower the left foot to support you and reach the left arm towards the front of the mat. Relax the head and the neck. Feel the left side body lengthening. And then we're going to come into gate opener. So use the strength of your core. Sweep the left arm up and over, shoulders over hips. Left hand down, left leg, right arm over the ear. Gate opener pose. Right side body stretching now. Stay and hold either of those poses, or you can begin to find that dynamic movement. Gently swimming through space. Couple more. As you're ready, plant the right hand, plant the left hand, tuck the left toes, extend the right leg high, 3-legged dog, shake out the right leg, bend the knee, open it, circle it around. And finding down dog, 2 feet to the earth when you're ready. Shift forward, plank. You can either take knees, chest, chin, or press straight to child's pose. Or your first chaturanga, shifting the weight forward, lowering the elbows just to 90 degrees. Roll over the toes, up dog, a deeper back bend. Broaden through the collarbones. Downward facing dog as you're ready. Take a breath to reset here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale the right leg high. Draw the right knee towards the right elbow. Squeeze it in using your core. 3-legged dog. Again, draw the right knee forward and step the right foot outside the right hand, lizard. Keep the back leg lifted if you'd like, or you can lower it for a little more support. Left palm stays down, open arm twist in this lizard. Reach the right arm to the sky. Stay here or reach your right arm under the left, like you're gonna thread the needle and then unthread. 2 more like that. Keep lifting the back thigh, left leg strong. Lower your right hand down and everybody lower your left knee. You can always double up your mat to support it. Shift the weight back for a half split, but it's an angled half split, so a little bit of a variation for this hamstring stretch. Your hands can be inside the right foot or frame the right foot. Flex the toes and then press the ball of the foot away from you, kind of like a Barbie foot. Feel the hamstring stretch, and then everybody from your like femur bone down to your ankle, turn the right leg out. Outer rotation. If you have tight hamstrings, you'll be feeling this. Big inhale. Exhale. And now we're going to do an inner rotation. So turn the whole right leg, not just the toes, but the big toe on the right foot is going to turn in, cross towards the midline. Slightly different hamstring stretch. Back towards center, toes to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Lower the right foot, bend the right knee. Right palm inside the right foot. Left heel down, side angle, left arm to the sky. You could always have your right hand on a block or the right forearm pressing against the right thigh to create more space in the torso. Left arm can go over the head. Cartwheel the hands down to a runner's lunge and lower the back knee again. Low lunge, sweep the arms up. Tuck the tailbone, relax the shoulders down the back. Right hand to left wrist, reach and take a side body stretch to the right side. Inhale back to center. Plant the palms, tuck your back toes, and step forward fold at the top of the mat. Knees can bend generously. First forward fold of the practice. Take a halfway lift, hands graze the legs. Reach the crown of head forward. Exhale, fold again. Maybe bend the knees, grab opposite elbows, ragdoll. Just sway torso and head. Move the jaw, the tongue around. Feeling the weight shift from the toes to the heels. Release the arms again. Half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Two more, gentle half lift. And release. One more time, half lift. Plant the palms, step to plank, and push back down dog or your vinyasa. Always the choice to add a push-up or lower the knees, skip the down dog, or skip the flow and just meet in down dog. From down dog, left leg high, left knee, left elbow. Left leg high, three-legged dog. Same action, left knee towards left elbow, quietly step it outside the left hand. If you wanted to get farther forward, just inch it further. Keep the back leg lifted if you can. Lizard, right palm down, left arm to the sky. Stay in the twist or thread the needle, left arm under the right armpit, reach and come back up, unthread. Two more. Everybody left hand down, right knee gently to the earth. Shift the weight back, half splits. Turn the left leg out, pinky toe goes out to the left. You could always use blocks or props here to have your hands up a little higher, lengthening the chest. All right, turn the whole leg in towards the middle of your mat. Back to the middle. Make sure you spread the toes, flex the toes, and then press the ball foot away from you and feel how that engages the whole left leg. Rebend the left knee, plant the foot, left hand inside, then the right heel down, open up for a side angle variation. Again, you can use a prop or a block or the forearm. The same position we did from our knees, feeling the right side body stretch. All right, right hand down, right knee down. Angle everything towards the front of the mat. Square the hips, square the shoulders, low lunge, arms up. Grab onto the right wrist, lengthen, and then side body stretch to your left. Drawing the legs towards each other helps the balance. Release the twist or the side stretch. Hands down, tuck the back toes, step to forward fold. Bend the knees deeply and slowly, stacking vertebra by vertebra, roll the body up, mountain pose. Shoulders to the ears, squeeze them up, back and down. Inhale, arms up. Bend the elbows, open the chest, little back bend. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge and fold forward. Take a half lift, lengthen the spine. Flat the palms. Step back, maybe switch which leg is the lead as you go backwards. Your vinyasa, your flow of choice, chaturanga or down dog. Take a big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, right leg high, step to high lunge. So again, if you want your right foot to go further forward, inch it to have a lot of space in your posture. Take the right foot a little wider, left foot a little wider, so you have space for the hips. Sink into your lunge, right knee over ankle. Tucking the tailbone to draw the rib cage back. Spin the pinky fingers towards each other, wrapping the shoulders. 2 more breaths. Lift the back thigh. Can you go a little lower? You reach a little higher through the fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, warrior 2, left heel down, open up, right arm forward. Adjust your stance. It can go wider, it can go deeper. Press to the outer edge of the left foot. Check where your arms are in space. Are they further behind you or in front of you? Shoulders over the hips. Sometimes they lean forward or back. And then interlace the hands behind the head. Elbows nice and wide. Start to bring your right elbow down towards your right thigh and knee. Little tick-tock. And then slowly reset back at center. Take it to the reverse. So left elbow to the left. You might not have that much space. Come back to center. Keep going side to side. Keeping a long torso. Strong in the legs. Maybe you find a little more space to move. One more time, forward and back. And then next time you're reaching back, reverse warrior. Stay with the legs. Left hand down, right arm up. Grab onto your left hand to right elbow and pull a little deeper into that stretch. Side angle. We've been here before. Right forearm to thigh, left arm over the ear. Inhale, star pose. Heels in, toes out. Straighten the arms, straighten the legs. Maybe shorten your stance. Maybe bump the hips a little side to side. And then hands to the hips, turn the toes forward and take a wide-legged forward fold. Just fold forward, let the head release. Hands can stay behind the head. Arms can reach forward like down dog or through the feet. But pour a little more weight into the toes to feel lighter in the heels. Three more rounds of breath. Walk your hands back to center wherever they are. Take one more round of breath. And then on your inhale, take a half lift to lengthen the spine and walk your hands to the top of the mat. Travel through your vinyasa or skip it. Left leg lifts, high lunge. Step to the top of the mat. Staying here for a few breaths. So set up your foundation. Check out your toes, your knees. Find the strength in your isometric hold. One more breath. Open up, warrior two, right heel down. Find the space. Reach the fingers. Get low from your hips down, but lengthen from your hips up. Then as you're ready, bend the elbows, hands behind the head. Tick-tock, left elbow towards left knee. Through center, reverse it. Keep going, maybe speeding it up, maybe deepening the stretches. Don't forget to breathe. Maybe one more round. And next time you reverse, we'll all stay in the reverse warrior. Right hand down, right leg, left arm up and over. Left forearm to left thigh, side angle. Reach the right arm over the ear, roll the shoulders back. Press through the heels, rise up, star pose, heels in, toes out. And then bend the knees and bring the hands to the inner thighs. Let your right shoulder dip, look over the left. Inhale, center, switch sides. Maybe you go a little faster, side to side. You could play with lifting one heel and the other. See how that enhances the stretch. Where you stay and hold one side. If it feels better, you can use the forearms into the thighs. Couple more breaths. Just shift the weight a little, shake the head out, maybe flutter the lips or a lion's breath. When you're ready, press through the heels, star pose, arms and legs straighten, reach. Cartwheel the hands down and take your vinyasa. We'll all meet in child's pose. Can hold down dog for a few breaths. If you have a lot of energy, you're welcome to take another sun salutation. Or you can take embryo pose, a variation of child's. Knees and shins together and arms alongside the shins with the forehead down. Child's pose, embryo pose, connect with the earth, connect with your breath. Take about 8 cycles of breath. If you need a little bit of water, now's a good time. Find the stillness, find the silence. Couple more breaths. You can choose to stay in child's pose even longer. If you're ready, start to walk your hands towards the top of the mat. And take your time getting into the downward facing dog again. You're coming with me from down dog, right leg high. Keep the right leg lifted and walk your hands to that left foot. So you're in a standing split at the back of the mat. Head is heavy, shake it out. Maybe you can lift your right heel, right toes a little higher. And then hover your fingers off the ground. So you're balancing just on the left leg. Hands can come to the hips or at heart center. One-legged mountain, press through the left foot, lift the right knee up, reach the arms high. Figure 4, cross right ankle over left thigh and sit like you're in chair pose. Hands can come to the leg, again to the hip, to the heart. But lengthen the spine and sit a little lower. Beautiful work. One more breath. We're going to come back to one-legged mountain. So straighten the left leg, reach the right knee up. And then step, warrior three. Right foot steps down, tilt the chest forward, reach the arms alongside the ears. Hands can come to heart center. And then everybody, let's take the arm variation where our arms go wide out to the side. Lift the left heel, left toes to the earth so the hips are squared. Then we're going to unsquare the hips, so we're going to stack them and come into half moon. Start to tilt, right hand down, left hand up. You can use a block or the wall. Right hand would be on a block, or right fingers to the earth or hover. Left hand to the sky, reach the left heel back. Lean your chest back, stack hips and shoulders. If you've fallen out, come back in, balancing half moon. Picture warrior two. Start to bend your right knee and patiently step left foot to the back of the mat. Warrior two. Everybody meet up in warrior two. Interlace the hands behind you, punch the fist down, open the chest. And we'll take a variation of humble warrior because we usually take humble warrior from warrior one, but we're in warrior two. So fold forward. Maybe widen the stance, the right foot out. Bow down. 2 big breaths here. Release the grip of the hands and walk to the back of the mat. Left knee bends, right leg straightens, deep lunge, Skandasana to the back of the mat. Right toes are to the sky. Hands could be on the floor or trying to balance at heart center. And then everybody just sit. So right hip comes down. Your right leg is straight and your left knee is bent. Left foot is planted on the ground. Lower your left knee and lift. It might not go very far. Try that a couple times. Lower and lift. Closing and opening the hips. Next time your left knee is down, keep it there and bend the right knee. So both knees are bent. Right hand behind the right hip. Press up onto your hips. So shins down, left arm up over the ear. Hips forward. Exhale, slowly come down. Come into your butterfly. 2 feet, soles of feet meet each other, knees wide. Lengthen the spine and just bend your knees gently, butterflying, flying a little bit. Close the legs like a book. Give yourself a little hug, a little squeeze, forehead to knees. And then you choose how you want to get to down dog. So you could grab your hands behind the thighs, rock and roll, massage the spine, rock and roll into a vinyasa. You could come to a tabletop. You could skip all of that and just make your way to down dog the best way that feels possible for a transition. All right, we have the other side, downward facing dog. Stay with me, left leg high. Keep it lifted, and then walk back to standing split. So hands walk to the right leg. Maybe lift and hover your fingertips, feeling the weight in your right foot. Your right ankle is working hard. Lift the left leg a little higher. One-legged mountain, draw the left knee up. If your foot fell down, that's okay, come back. Figure 4, left ankle over right thigh, sit back. Breathe slowly. We're coming back to one-legged mountain. So lift the left knee, arms up. Warrior 3, step forward. Left foot is the base, right foot stays straight. Take the arms to your heart center and then reach them wide and away from you. When you have your balance in warrior 3, we're going to start to tilt. Left hand down, right hand up, opening up to the right, stacking shoulders and hips for half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Imagine you're pressing against someone else's hand with the top hand or kicking a wall with the back foot. Step back to warrior two. Slowly, gently, quietly land. Nice transitions. Find your way to warrior two. And then everybody hands behind your back, so you can switch which thumb is first. Punch your fist down, open your chest, and fold inside your left thigh. Another great place to flutter the lips, get some energy out. A lion's breath, stick out your tongue maybe. Release some heat. And then release the hands down. Back of the mat, deep lunge, right knee bends, left leg straightens. Your right heel can be on the mat, or for some people it's lifted. Maybe hands come off the mat to balance. And then just gently have a seat. Your left hip comes down, right knee is still bent, lower and lift. Couple times. Next time, your right knee is down, keep it there and bend the left knee. So both knees are bent. Left hand comes behind the left hip. Lift the hips. Reach the right arm back. You're on just your knees and your shins. Slowly release the hips down. Walk yourself forward. Tabletop. Take a couple of cat-cows. Wash that out. Maybe some more organic side cat-cow or some combination. Undulating the spine, the torso, the head, the neck. Shake out the feet, the fingers. And when you're ready, your vinyasa or downward facing dog. Right leg high. Right knee towards the left elbow this time. Listen carefully. Kick the right foot away from you and lower the outer edge of the foot. Left heel down. Left hand to the sky. Fallen star. If you want to play with something else, left hand behind the head. Bend the right knee and bring it down, just like we did in the beginning, a side plank variation. Press into the right hand and lift and hover the right knee. Elbow towards knee. Fallen star, fallen triangle crunches. Super crazy, a lot of engagement. Everybody make your way to three-legged down dog. Left hand down, right leg high. Bend the knee, open the hip, maybe flip your dog. Big back bend. Take your time to make your way to downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Let it go. We'll take that on the second side and then we'll start to warm down. Okay, left leg lifts. Left knee towards the right elbow. Kick the foot away from you. Outer edge plants, right heel down. Left palm is the base. Reach the right arm up. Lift it higher. Maybe right hand behind the head and bring the left forearm or left shin down. Lift the left knee and left shin, and maybe you crunch elbow towards knee. Side plank variation. Everybody coming out. Right hand plants, left heel lifts. Bend the knee, heel towards glute, or flip the dog. Woo, you made it. Downward facing dog. Full breath here. Look towards your hand, bend your knees, walk or hop lightly to a squat. So hop your feet outside your hands. Malasana, press the palms, elbows into the thighs, lift the chest. Close the eyes, tilt the chin, 3 breaths. Left hand down, right arm up, take a twist. If you'd like a little bit more, bend the elbows and see if you can find a bind, a half bind or a full bind. Release, press the palms together and take the second side, right arm down, left arm up. Maybe elbows bend and wrap around the shin and the back for your waistband, your thigh, or your fingertips. Come back to a squat. Lower your seat. You are welcome to skip this, but I don't know if we did enough core. So come into boat pose, knees bent or knees straight, lengthen the spine. You could always keep the feet on the ground or keep the knees bent. All right, now break it up. Shake out the arms, shake out the legs. Just move around in space. The further away from your mats and your midline you move, the more your core has to work to stabilize. So I like to imagine I'm just like a little sea anemone floating with all my limbs in the ocean. Ooh. Move around, shake it out. Have some fun with it. Last 3, 2, 1. Give yourself a big hug. Squeeze it all in. Let the hands behind your hips. Fingers can face wide or face your glutes. Feet about hip width distance. Inhale, lift the hips for reverse tabletop. Neck can stay in line with the spine or release the head back. Press through the heels. Press through the toes. Lift the hips a little higher. Imagine you're squeezing a block between the thighs. Slowly lower the hips down. Give yourself another hug a little bit. Hold the shins. And then straighten the legs. Either reverse table again, like we just did. Move the hips around a little bit. And then plant the palms, reverse plank or table again. Hips rise, peel the legs off the ground. One more breath. Slowly lower your seat back down. Bend the knees, and we'll take tabletop, we'll take figure 4 from the back. So bend your right knee, cross the right ankle over the right thigh. Seated figure 4. And then move the legs side to side. So hips shift, rocking to the left and the right. It can be a little movement, or it can be a really big movement. See if you can rock far enough to your left to plant the right foot. Sit up, and then we'll take a twist. Just twist to your right. Seated spinal twist. Really detoxifying. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to twist. Twice more. Inhale. Exhale. Take a counter twist turn and look to your left. Pull yourself a little to the left. Come back to center, hands behind you. You can shake out the legs a little. Find that cross again, and we'll move to the back. So pigeon on the back, figure 4 on the back. Interlace the hands under the thigh or over the shin. Same thing here. You can rock gently side to side, or just a couple inches, and hold it. And notice how that feels, or keep moving. You can roll the ankles around. Head, neck, and shoulders are supported by the mat. When you feel done, release the left leg long and grab onto the outer edge of right foot for half happy baby. Left hand can kind of coax the left hip down. Draw the right knee outside the right rib cage. Press the foot into the hand and hand back into the foot. And then guide the right knee to the left, spinal twist, turn and look to the right. Great. Slowly bring everything in, give yourself a big hug, a big squeeze. And we have to do all that on the other side. So rock and roll up, plant the feet, plant the palms, cross the left ankle over the right thigh. And it can be subtle, it can be a really small rock from side to side, or it can be a little bigger. Rock enough that you can plant the left foot, sit up and twist to your left. Maybe hook the right arm over the left leg or just hug everything in. Use your inhales to lengthen the spine, get long. With that space on your exhale, you twist a little deeper. Counter twist, turn to the right, look over your right shoulder. Come back to center, you can shake it out a little, or keep the left leg where it is, roll to the back. We're on the back for the rest of the practice. Pigeon on the back. Keeping the figure four shape, maybe move the legs side to side. When you've had enough of that, right leg long, let it be heavy, left hand to left foot, half happy baby. Moving into your final spinal twist, guide the left leg across the body to the right, let the left arm and left ear go out to the left. And then when you're ready, pull everything into the chest. Big hug, big squeeze, forehead to the knees. And either Shavasana or a final happy baby, you have the last 15 breaths or so to move or settle into stillness right away. You can get any props you need, an eye pillow, a blanket, but laying on your back or feet up the wall, palms up to receive, or maybe hand to belly, hand to heart. Last little bit of movements, and then you find your corpse pose. So we have a full 4 to 5 minutes to integrate all the work you've done. There's nothing left to do. When you find your Shavasana, close the eyes. Simone De Beauvoir says, change your life today. Don't gamble on the future. Act now without delay. So just coming to your mat for 60 minutes and letting yourself breathe is an act of change. Give yourself a few minutes of rest and I'll guide you out. make a choice to wake yourself up or stay in Shavasana as long as you wish. Finding small movements, the fingers and the toes, and maybe taking a full body stretch, reaching the arms overhead and stretching the toes long. If you want to turn the tide, the change starts with you and the choices that you make. So very slowly, take your time to find a comfortable seat so we can close out the class together. No rush to sit up tall with a long spine. And then put your hands where it resonates, maybe at your heart center, on your belly, or on your thighs. And exhale the stale air out. Inhale fully. And let it go. Beautiful practice, everybody. Nice work.